have been watching you, Australia. Welcome to my brand new game. Are you ready to play? This is Big Brother.
That was the Big Brother promo you've been seeing on Channel 7 for the past few weeks. I'm joined now by the former Big Brother winner, Benjamin Norris. Ben, thanks so much for your time. Tell us, first of all, you've actually watched the first episode. What are your overall thoughts?
Well, it's actually really fantastic. I think publicly I've been, notoriously skeptical as to whether or not this episode or whether this series was going to be any good. There's a lot of format changes. But from what I can tell you is that it's all the best elements of what Channel 10 did. It's all the best elements of 9. And then also they've brought something really fresh, something really exciting. And it comes together in one episode like you've already been watching this series for weeks. You feel emotionally connected to these housemates, which is fantastic. They're all incredibly interesting. And I just think it's going to be a really rocky ride and a lot of fun for people watching at home.
What about the contestants? Do you reckon the average viewer will find them really interesting?
Absolutely. Do you know what's really funny though? And I'll tell you this, everyone that I didn't like throughout the pre-promotion of what we'd already seen of these housemates was completely the opposite. So I really didn't like Angela and I really didn't like Ian. And now they're my two favorites. So let me just say that everything is going to get flipped on its head.
I'm sure it will be. What about Sonia Kruger hosting? What are your thoughts on all that?
Oh, look, I have been a fan of Sonia Kruger for so many years. I loved her in Strictly Ballroom, Tina Sparkle. I thought she did an amazing job on Dancing with the Stars. And then to see her host Big Brother on the 2012, 13 and 14 season was fantastic. I think that the best thing about Sonia is that she's a rock star. She turns up, she has this appeal like she's Nicole Kidman or Kylie Minogue. She has this amazing presence that she brings to a show. And I dare say that her involvement in this Channel 7 series is actually going to be her best hosting job yet.
What about a bit of a personal question? Can you give us some insight into what it's like to be inside the Big Brother house?
Well, look, I think it's a bit like going to the moon, I'd imagine. I mean, not that I've been to the moon. I'm a bit out there. But I would say it's not like something that you expect. And I think only the people that have been there will understand it. For me personally, I went in there expecting to live up to my Big Brother dream. And I thought it was all going to come together like a music video and that I could control the environment. But the thing about Big Brother is you have no control whatsoever. The only thing you can do is just genuinely be yourself. Because it is like nothing else I've ever experienced. I've done TV since, I've done radio, I've worked in the media. I've never experienced anything like the feeling of living in a house for 87 days with not seeing anyone. You couldn't feel the wind. The walls were so high, you never felt wind. You never heard any music. And you certainly not being able to talk to the people you love is almost criminal, because we don't realize that the validation that we get from our friends and family is vital. So without that and living with strangers, it's just such an unnatural but yet fantastic experience.
So weird just by the sound of that. Two-part question now. If you were given the chance to go back on Big Brother, would you? And would you rather it be under the new format?
Look, I think it's a really good question you asked that. Had anyone asked me if I would have gone back into the original format of Big Brother, I probably had conquered that in a way. So I kind of feel like I couldn't have done that any better than I already did. This Big Brother is absolutely very different to anything we've seen before. And I'm a huge fan of Survivor. So this format is really enticing. And the idea of going back into the show, it's kind of like, the sequel to the Hunger Games, They'd have to come up with a really good reason to bring you back in. But, hey, I'd probably do it.
All right, then. Benjamin Norris, thank you very much for your time.